This is the drive home with TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from Elland Road, where it finished Leeds United 3, Millwall 2. You know, I'm a mix today of... my emotions are really all over the place. I'm angry, dejected, proud of the effort that the players put in, but ultimately, again, I'm driving down the A1, and I'm on the A1. It's taken me a little bit of time to compose myself. Normally I do them pretty quickly, but today it's taken me a little bit of time to calm down. To be fair, I was not a pleasant person to be around trying to get out of the car park, I've got to be honest. Games like that we've had too often this season, where we've looked good in spells, we've taken leads, and then it feels like almost inevitably we let a team back into it. And if we keep continuing to do that for the rest of the season, we won't be playing in this division anymore, which will be a shame because we've got the quality to be here. We started with Dave Martin in goal, who retained his place over Jordan Archer, and I feel like that was fully deserved. He made a couple of decent stops, juggled the ball at one stage, and obviously made a fantastic penalty save, which weirdly both my wife, Zach, and myself felt like he was going to do it, which is madness considering he didn't get near one. Well, he got near one, but he didn't get close to one really in the Brighton game in the FA Cup. But it was a very good save. I feel more confident with him in goal. It's his place to lose now, as far as I'm concerned. He should retain his place. And as I go through the team, I do want to say that, barring injury, and obviously maybe Fergie coming back in, this is the team that I personally want to see for the rest of the season. It's going to be tough because we've got tough teams to come. You know, Sheffield United and West Brom next up. You know, they're very tough games. But we showed today in spells that we have enough in this team to be able to score against the better teams. Unfortunately, we also found to our demise that all three goals we conceded today were pretty similar. They're all, and I've said it many times, that the way to attack us is to go down the channels, and as long as you can get that interplay in and around the box and then cut it back in. All three Leeds goals came from the byline, from the touchline, and that's the way to play against us, because we give you the space out there normally. But we had Marlon Romeo starting us at right back, and I thought, you know, certainly second half, I thought he was excellent. I thought he made a number of crucial challenges. He got stuck in. He went on the ball, tried to attack him. So I think Marlon had a very good game. So I'm going to give Marlon a 7. We had Alex Pearce retaining his place with Jake Cooper at the back, and I thought both of them done all they could do, to be honest. In terms of centre backs, we've conceded 3 goals. It's hard to rate a defence after conceding 3 goals, but there's very little they could do for any one of the goals. Maybe Aylin's header, but I think that's down to the left back. I think both of them done what they're in the team to do. Cooper, when he came up, won a lot of headers again. There's arms all over him, and we'll move on to ref watch in a minute, but I'll give both Cooper and Pearce 7. James Meredith, left back, again, he is struggling at the moment. He still hasn't. I've not seen him have an absolutely fantastic performance for a long time, and he was probably the weak link of the back. Like I said, the Aylin header was potentially his, but he's got caught upfield a couple of times, and I think probably he was, in my opinion, our worst player, and I'll give Meredith a 5. We played with 5 in midfield again. Jed Wallace on the right. We had Ben Marshall back on the left. We had Ryan Tunnicliffe, Ryan Leonard and Ben Thompson playing just in front of Leonard and Tunnicliffe. They kind of sat as a two holding midfielders, and then we had Thompson playing a more central attacking midfield. So we had kind of a diamond, a triangle really, two and then one in front, and it worked. You know, the midfield today, I felt we were very, very strong. They were expected to work really hard, and they did that. Obviously, Leonard and Tunnicliffe didn't get us forward as much as they have been doing recently, but you know, Leeds put us under a lot of pressure at the back. Certainly for the majority of the first half. For the first 30 minutes of the second half, we forced them into a change at half time. Jed Wallace was causing them so much trouble down the right in the first half on the break, which is where we scored from. You know, and it was a great cutback by Marlon Romeo to Ben Thompson coming in at the far post and nods us ahead. And it was against the run of play, really, like I said, first half. But in the second half, we've made the magic man Marcelo Bielsa have to change his system, and I felt we made a mistake in doing that. He took off Alioski, who I don't think he ever has a good game against us. He complains too much, but he's their attacking threat, and he shored it up. He went more of a back four, and that let us get back into the game, and we looked the better side. I felt at 1-1. You know, I'll give Jed Wallace was my man of the match. I'll give Jed. I thought Jed was amazing today. You know, driving on the ball, his work rate, his effort. I thought it was absolutely unbelievable. So Jed Wallace, you get an 8. I thought Leonard and Tunnicliffe done what they need to do at the back. You can't ask for no more of them. They broke up so many little bits of interplay in and around our box. They done really well there, and I'm not going to fault either one of them. I'll give them a 7. I thought Ben Thompson played again. You know, how the hell he wins so many balls in the air? He's so Cahill-esque in his aerial ability. You know, he ran on the ball well. Again, put in a couple of good tackles. He gave the ball away a couple of times, which you would expect, but I thought he linked quite well with Lee Gregory. I'll give Ben Thompson an 8, and Ben Marshall on the left side of midfield. I thought it was a dynamic performance from Ben Marshall, much better than I've seen of him since his return. You know, he really got stuck in and won the penalty in the second half, where it's a lovely little bit of interplay. He's been put in, he cuts back, he's taken out. There was definitely a leg there, and he's made the most of it and gone over it, and then beautifully tucks away his penalty. And at 2-1, you know, as a Millwall fan, you know what's going to come, but I didn't think we sat back as much as we have been sitting back. You know, I felt that we tried to pressure and we tried to keep them out of our area, but obviously they're a quality side, and they were able to get in behind us. But I thought Ben Marshall gets a 7, and then up front, Lee Gregory's worked his nuts off. You know, he's lacking confidence in front of goal. You can never underestimate his work rate. You know, he always puts in a massive amount of effort. But I felt like his passing, I felt like what he'd done in and around the box today just wasn't up to championship standard, which is a bit disappointing. But that is what it is. Like I said, I don't think it was his best performance. So Lee Gregory, I would give a 6. We made some subs on really late doors, but by that stage it was, you know, the game was gone. We didn't look like coming back into it. But now I'll move on to ref watch. Darren Bond. Now, Leeds are a quality side. They had a decent atmosphere, and they feel like they're going up, and they will go up if they continue to get officiating like they got today, because it was embarrassing. You know, the linesman in front of us was blind at best, is the best way I can put it. And the penalty that they got in the first half, Leeds, was at best again obstruction. You know, Marlon's put his back to the player who's run into him. It's not a foul, but if he's going to give a foul, it's obstruction, and that wouldn't be a penalty, and it would be an indirect free kick. The ref seemed to do everything he possibly could to get Leeds into that. Again, it's my opinion, I am biased, but I've been fair to refs over the last few games, but that I can't see anything other than they want Leeds to go up into the Premiership. With officiating like that, it was embarrassing, and we're not going to be a quality Leeds side when they've got that extra bit of help. Even at the end, 5 minutes goes up, and I think he just about plays the 5 minutes, but we're attacking. We're in their half, in their third of the field. We've got a bit of a break. Looks like it's going to fall to one of our players to have at least have a shot, or maybe a pass on the edge of the box, and he blows up. And you think they never do that. They always let the attack go, and then they blow up. But that typified what was a very home referee and the linesman in that game. Even I couldn't see from where I was, but it looked like their second goal could have gone off where he cut it back, but we're miles away, so I might be clutching at straws in that one. Again, we've got to look, we throw so many leads away, and I think we do because we don't keep possession enough. We've done it better today, but if you give good sides possession of the football, eventually they're going to break you down, and that's what's happened to us far too often. Those players our Millwall players did not deserve to come off that pitch without at least a point. They didn't, and once again, we haven't got anything out of a game that we at least deserved a draw from. Like I said, we've got West Brom up next at home, another difficult game, but if we play the way we play today, if we go at them with the same lineup, we've got every chance at home. We need to get as many people in the den, make it as hostile an atmosphere as possible, because our home games, I think, could keep us up. We've got tough games. West Brom, big one against QPR, but that's where it's going to be won and lost. Birmingham have been brought back into it. We've got every chance I still think we've got every chance of staying up, but we ain't if we ain't going to be picking up points. I do want to say thanks for watching. Today wasn't a great day all round. Zach having to get a metal detector as he goes in. He's got a tight camouflage tracksuit on, and you're made to feel like animals and hooligans. A sniffer dog, so you got a metal detector dog, and you got sniffing pyrotechnics, which obviously they didn't have in the Leeds end because they had flares coming out their arse. But it was just an atmosphere around that it just wasn't good, and I felt our fans sang really well. We did what we could. Not a happy day. Please leave likes and comments if you can. I love the interaction that we have afterwards. I would also say, if you're watching this, if you're stuck for things to do in and around the Maybank holiday, Millwall organised a friendly. I know that the fan on the board, as Mickey's doing a great job to raise money for two charities, including the armed forces, with the Wonderwall Cup. Tickets are so cheap. Get tickets, get online, the Mill website, get tickets for that, because it's a good way of supporting the local charities and what the good stuff that we do. Forget about the metal detector on Zach, you know what I mean? That's what we're going to get. Our club works really hard to do things the right way, and if we can just get as many people down the den for that game, for that charity match, it'd be wonderful. Loads of ex-players turning out, like Alex Ray. If you're free, I think it's a tenner an adult, £5 for kids. You can't go wrong. And I got it wrong before with I said a geezer's who I said I was going to say thanks to with his business, but it's Pest Protect. I don't know what I said last time, but it's Pest Protect. So if you have any rats issues, there are a few of them in the stands today, then get onto him, pestprotect.com. I've got about 2.5 hours, 3 hours left of the journey. Another one where I'm deflated, I'm dejected, but that's the joys of being a Millwall fan, that's the joys of being a football fan. We will go again. Leeds are one of 3 that will go up. It'll be between them and Norwich and Sheffield United. We'll see. They think they're up. They sung like they're up, but we'll see. The Championship's a decent league, and let's hope we stay in it. I'm proud of the players today, but ultimately absolutely dejected that we've got nothing out of the game. Thanks for watching. Come on, you Lions.